Let's talk about Dave Meltzer, a man who has stirred more pots in the wrestling world than a chef in a curry house. Meltzer is Marmite. You either love him, or you think he's lost his mind. He's well known for his wrestling match ratings, and it's no secret he's got a bit of a soft spot for AEW. Take, for instance, the AEW matches like Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page versus the Young Bucks at AEW Revolution. Or that acrobatic bout between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers at All Out. Both of these got the coveted 5-star rating from Meltzer. It does make you scratch your head a bit when you think about some WWE classics that didn't. Matches like The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, or the Triple H, Batista, Daniel Bryan bout at WrestleMania 30. Absolute belters, but Meltzer didn't hand out the 5 stars. And then there's Jim Cornette, who's not shy about voicing his opinion. Jim believes Meltzer's just trying to get in with the cool kids, the so-called elite of AEW. Cornette speaks for a lot of fans when he says that it seems like Meltzer's ratings are blatantly biased. There are some fans that will back Meltzer to the hilt, arguing the man's just got an eye for the evolution of wrestling. He appreciates the shift from the old-school realism to the more high-flying athletic style that's a bit more in line with the Japanese and indie scenes, which AEW tends to lean towards, and fair play, wrestling's always been about reinventing itself, keeping things fresh. That said, evolution's all well and good, but it's got to be done right. It's not just about chucking every tradition out the window, it's about building on what's come before, making sure the foundations are solid even as you add a new lick of paint. But here's the rub. While I might not always see eye to eye with Meltzer's judgments on these matches, I've got to admit, for a long time he's been an important voice in wrestling. He's got a keen eye for the sport's shifts and changes, and his openness to the evolution of wrestling is something I can respect. So, what do you lot think? Is Meltzer the wrestling prophet of our times, or is he just a bloke with a pen and a penchant for AEW? Do you reckon Meltzer's ratings are spot on, or are you siding with Cornette and the folks who think there's a bit of favoritism in the air? And what about the evolution of wrestling? Are you all for the high-flying, adrenaline-pumping action of today? Or are you a purist who longs for the days of ground and pound and storytelling in the ring? And hey, if you've enjoyed this little chinwag about the wrestling world, why not give us a subscribe? We want an opinionated audience so we can make more niche and interesting content for wrestling fans. Thanks, see you next time.